Good morning, Roblox. It's Saturday the 24th of August and here are the headlines. It seems like all hope for Bloxburg has shattered. The game continues to fall down in players and no statements from the development team have been made. The community has started to look into other games. We will get the founder of the new Suncrest RP, a game made by the community for the community, into the studio today to talk about the game.
And Emergency Response Liberty County has finally finished their summer update. It was released in 3 parts over the span of many weeks. We will see an interview with players from the game to see if they like it or if it was the bare minimum. Good morning. Parker and Austin, the guys who normally host the show, were unable to come today, but we do hope that they will be able to come next time. We will host the show today, so we hope that you like us and talking about liking, because most of you don't seem to feel that way about the game Bloxburg. The game has been crashing in place lately, and the community has had enough.
But the players seem to care more about the community than the developers themselves, as this week a new game called Suncrest Roleplay was announced. It's made by the community and for the community. Let's have a little look about how this game works right now, and it's still very early in development.
Unless you have been living under a rock, you probably know that Bloxburg has been experiencing a huge downfall in plays. It often got over 100,000 plays on update days, but they didn't even manage to get 60,000 the day of the last update. Understandably, the community is tired of these shenanigans by the development team, and many of them have started looking for other games, and some have even decided to make their own games. On the 17th of August, many content creators of the game united together in a live Twitter broadcast to talk about all the issues of Bloxburg and what needs to change. But that was not the only thing discussed, as Audidiv, a well-known Roblox developer and a member of the Bloxburg community, shared his new project with the world for the first time. Suncrest Roleplay. Suncrest RP aims to be a new game on Roblox which will attract to the Bloxburg community. It is set to rival the games Welcome to Bloxburg as well as Berry Avenue, but still be different from them. A few ways that Suncrest Roleplay will be different is, for example, because they will have different kinds of vehicles like planes, helicopters, boats and more. Furthermore, they will have apartments, which is something that Bloxburg does not have. Berry Avenue does have apartments, but unlike them, you will be able to decorate them yourself in Suncrest RP, as that game will include a build mode. These are just some of the things in the upcoming game. Currently, the team behind the game is raising Robux that will go towards the development of the game. They hope to raise around 600,000 Robux for their game to become a reality. But one thing is for sure, Bloxburg needs to step up their game if they intend to be the #1 role-playing game on Roblox.
It appears that so much needed change is coming to the community, but we have here with us in our studio the founder of Suncrest RP. He has made quite the name for himself in the community and has been very open about his thoughts on Bloxburg on Twitter by telling his followers and hopefully the development what needs to change. He's also very talented in Roblox Studio, as you can clearly see in the story we just showed you. We are of course talking about none other than AudioDev. Welcome, how are you?
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm doing pretty good today. How about you?
I think we're fine here. That's great though. My first question to you is why? Why did you guys decide to make this game? Is it meant to replace Bloxburg, or is it meant to give Bloxburg some competition, or is it something else?
So, to be more specific about Suncrest and Bloxburg, the reason why we're creating Suncrest is not to replace Bloxburg, not to rival them, but to sort of have a game that more appeals to a community. Because the issue with Bloxburg right now, and this is coming from someone who bought the game back in 2016, I'm an OG, and it's very sad to see that they don't listen to the community anymore, and they're giving updates that, frankly, people just don't want. Mobile console is completely offline, you cannot use them sometimes mobile, but then you have a bunch of UI glitches. And it just sucks because a lot of people are losing access to the game. And while we're struggling with that, a lot of people can't even play.
How long have you been working on this? Like, when did the idea first come to you?
As of currently, we have been working for 6 days now, and we are 2/3 of the way done with the map.
Nice.
Are you working it alone, or do you have other people helping you?
Yeah, I have a small team of developers. Let me pull it up real. I have Moon Minerhead, he's a prominent figure on Twitter. I have
Yeah.
Sir Waffles, he's a very good scripter. I have Stevie, who is actually a moderator for the Bloxburg Discord. And I have Wolf Gucci, who is a popular Twitter user about Bloxburg.
Nice. Those are a lot of people there that obviously have some sort of status within Bloxburg, and they may have been players and stuff. But what does the community feel about this upcoming game? Have you got any support from other players?
So, in terms of the community, it seems to be 99% support for this and 1% hate. Now, I understand some parts of the hate because some people are afraid to move on. But fact is, if you're going to stick with that ship's sinking. You're going to go down with the sinking ship. So why not hop aboard the new one? The new and better improved one. And so we've been getting a lot of support lately. I think my first announcement got 27 likes in 3 minutes. So
yeah, that's pretty big stats. But do you have a big budget? What's your budget?
Yeah, so our budget is actually 1 million. So for me in development, we've taken up 40% shares, and actually today we got half of our goal bought out and invested. We have now in budget 300,000 Robux. And so our official goal is 600,000 Robux. And so for 1% ownership of the company is 10,000 Robux. So we're still halfway open. We still have around 30% of Suncrest still open and investable. So investors, all our information is inside the Discord channel. We're still open for investments.
Listen up. Yeah, that's a pretty big budget there. When do you expect the game to open to the public?
Yeah, so we want to do a demo release around December, hopefully around Christmas, but a little before, so people can enjoy their presents.
I mean, I'm hoping that the game goes well. How are you guys trying to be different from Bloxburg and other games in general?
Yeah, so an issue you see with a lot of games, especially Bloxburg, is that they don't listen to the community much. And sometimes they do, but it takes a long time. I want to put together at least 1 month where we have updates. So at least one update per month. That's my goal. So, and then alongside of that, we'll have weekly quests too. So just very interactive with the community. If you go onto the Discord server, we actually post all our building progress onto the server. We are extremely, extremely open about our progress, because the one thing I hate, I know a lot of people hate, is having companies who hide in the shadows. I don't want that. I want people to know what's going on, because we're more of a community than we are a company, because I want the community to build Suncrest.
How will you guys try to be different from Bloxburg and other roleplay games in general?
Yeah, so we actually want to introduce a lot of new features like hiking, surfing, jet skis, boats, other islands to explore too. So we may have event things like a Christmas island, summer island, a whole bunch of events. We want to have an entire downtown district with apartments, all this sort of stuff. And when people hear RP in the name, that's just a part of it. We are doing so much more than just roleplay. We're doing building, jobs. I don't know about businesses. If the community wants businesses, then we'll roll out businesses. But we have a lot. We even have an entire airport, actually.
Oh, so you are listening to the community. You're picking up what's the best thing. But you guys aren't the first content creators to make your own games, right?
No, Barry Avenue, actually, with the two sisters, if I'm not wrong. I haven't looked too much into it, because I've never really truly been interested in Barry Avenue. It's just not my lane.
Yeah.
But it is really inspirational to see two people who were tired of games that don't listen to their community and actually do something about it. And I never even really knew about them until I got into Suncrest. But looking at them now, they're like an inspiration.
So, do you have any idea how Berry Avenue's doing today? I mean, you said it's inspirational, but you said you didn't really look too much into it.
Yeah, the part where they got tired of games that don't listen to them actually did themselves. That's inspirational. Personally, I don't know too much about Berry Avenue. It looks like a very ambitious game, and I applaud them for that. But if Suncrest can follow that sort of style, then we can add more stuff. But my main focus is building, and that can take up a lot of data and a lot of FPS inside of games. So building is our main focus, but we'll still roll out a lot of features.
Is it true that you guys got hashtag Bloxburg trending during the podcast? What did you guys want that? Was it for the developers to see?
Yeah, we actually got Bloxburg trending, but it's actually fixed Bloxburg that we got trending. I have no clue why Bloxburg itself went trending, but it's pretty incredible. But what we wanted to do is spam fix Bloxburg in the chat. I think we have combined around 3,000 to 4,000 listeners altogether who tuned in eventually. And it was just really incredible to see the community come together like that. We saw a lot of content creators release videos, trailers. I think someone's actually making a movie about this entire thing.
I think that's impressive.
Yeah, Joshua Xavier, if I'm not wrong. You should really check them out. They're a really, really fun person to be around. But it's really just incredible seeing the community come together and do something like this.
Yeah, I mean, Bella just mentioned a podcast there, but we can't ignore it, can you? You and a lot of other Bloxburg content creators held a live podcast on Twitter a couple of days ago. We talked about the downfall of Bloxburg. What did you guys discuss?
Yeah, so we discussed a lot of things. We actually brought in a large demographic of people. We had mothers of childs come in late at night before they tuck their kids into bed to talk about this. We had little kids coming in, like I think 9 years old, coming in and yelling that they hate Bloxburg. They can't even play on their phone anymore. And we had mobile users complain about. We had console users saying that they can't even play it anymore, and that's terrible. So on top of that, we mainly just talked about, I'd say, just the problems with it, the fact that they are releasing updates which are nice but are not needed right now. We need a lot of bug fixes. We need that map revamp, which is probably never coming, and just plenty of other stuff. You can listen to the podcast yourself.
Okay, you said console players couldn't play. I mean, I've tested the game recently on console, and I say it's a nightmare, let alone phone. I don't really test it on phone, but I have played on console, and I have to agree it is a nightmare. Are you guys going to try and make it... what's the word? Cross-play. Yeah, cross-compatible. Are you going to do that for your game?
Yeah, so actually our scripter right now, we were working on the phone UI actually, so for mobile. And so I was up in the morning, still in school, and I'm working so hard day and night to try to get this game out as fast as possible without rushing it, because we also want quality too. So I was sitting in class with my laptop open, making the UIs, and I was just constantly talking about with the scripter. And the first thing we're making is mobile support. Console, we're gonna roll out probably either in demo release or in V2.
So, what would you want to tell the Bloxburg development?
It's just really sad to see, and I really hope they get their stuff together. We've done our research. They are massively in debt. I think Coffee Stain alone is a lot of money in debt. Their owner, Embracer Group, is, I believe, a few $1 billion in debt, if I'm not wrong. It's a mess. They broke up into three parts.
Yeah. That is
so
crazy.
Honestly, for them, I'd have to say, bring in some people from the community. Stop hiring people who don't know anything about Roblox, because that's how you get a disconnected group. They don't understand what we want because they aren't there.
Well, do you think that the Roblox role-playing community will live after the days of Bloxburg are numbered?
Of course, yeah. We have Berry Avenue, which their entire thing is about roleplay, and that's great. I love that. And then we have Suncrest, which is more on the building aspect and roleplay. So I definitely think the roleplay aspect will live on. You have a ton of games that have been going on for decades now. Bloxburg being one of them, which is just unfortunate. They've gone for so long and now starting to crash. But I definitely think roleplay will live on.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for coming, and best of luck to your team with the new game. There's probably no doubt that we'll have a story on this on RBC in the future. We certainly hope that it will go well. But now we tell you about this. The infamous game Emergency Response Liberty County, or ERLC for short, has finally finished their 3-part summer update. One of our newest team members went to the game to check it out and see what the players of the game think of it. George, here you go.
After waiting for a good year, it has finally been that time again. The last and vital part of the summer update was released on the 8th of August early in the morning for European players. Many teasers were released prior to the update. Many of the teasers were trailers posted on the ERLC YouTube channel or pictures posted within the Discord. The most vital parts of the update are the expanded lake, the new bridge, and an update to the Classic Car Game Pass. Of course, we cannot forget the new underground parking lot and fully revamped Highway 55. Some smaller parts of the update are the new fishing shack, the gadget shack with new phones and a gadget shack civilian job. Not to forget, we also have the rotary light bars and other mirror lights for law enforcement vehicles. The ERLC summer update was released in 3 parts. All 3 of them took a while to make, with a lot of trial and error. They rushed the first part of the update so much that they had to delay the update because of the amount of bugs inside of the game. It was delayed by 2 days. This made players start riots within the police roleplay community Discord server and made posters about the update being quote-unquote missing. Major updates from the first and second parts of the summer updates include the prison bus, ATVs and new gun systems, not to forget 6 new vehicle models and a redesigned map UI. While in game, I had the chance to interview some of the players of ERLC. Matt, what did you think of the latest update?
I thought it was a great update. It brought new additions to the map, like the bridge behind us, the fishing dock we're currently on, and the underground parking garage and the classic cars and vice versa.
Do you think the developers could have done better?
I honestly think so. I think we could have added a boat to make fishing more of a roleplay experience. But other than that, it was a great update. Not really.
Alright. Are there any bad parts of the update?
I wouldn't say so. There were some glitches, but they fixed them. So other than that, it's pretty much great. No complaints.
So you have no complaints about the fact that you needed to press S twice to reverse your car a second ago?
No, it was fine. I mean, it adds more of like a roleplay experience, although it is tough, but I'll get used to it.
Very interesting story, George. How is it that? Do you play that game a lot?
I sometimes play it, but I can't say that I'm a die-hard fan of the game. But the game's fun. How about you, Bella?
No, I don't play that much. It doesn't interest me that much, but one thing that does interest me is the brand new talk show starting soon on RBC and Channel 4, which is a subsidiary of RBC. We got this little video from the marketing team of Bianca to explain how the show works.
We can't wait for the Bianca show to start, and let me tell you, we will be watching it. But this is all we have time for today. Before we leave, let's go over the main stories again.
It seems like all hope for Bloxburg has shattered. The game continues to fall down in players and no statements from the development team have been made. The community has started to look into other games. We will get the founder of the new Suncrest RP, a game made by the community for the community, into the studio today to talk about the game.
And Emergency Response Liberty County has finally finished their summer update. It was released in 3 parts over the span of many weeks. We will see an interview with players from the game to see if they like it or if it was the bare minimum. But that is it from us today. We thank you for tuning in and watching us. We are hoping that Park and Austin will be back soon to anchor the program.
But until the show's on again, you can follow us on Twitter or X if you want to call it that. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you want exclusive previews of our shows and studios, you can always join our Discord server. Thanks Bella for joining me, thank you Audie for coming on the show, thanks all the staff, and goodbye.